Wake up and flee. Party on 999. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tanasia. If you haven't already, you know. I hope you guys are having a wonderful New Year's. By the title of this video, I didn't want to make this video. And this has nothing to do with knocking stuff down. This has nothing to do with the views and all that. It's been heavy on my chest for a while, and I think it's because I haven't grieved, so to say. I was going to wait until Ron can come to my house and we can film it so we can put it on our channel and we can actually talk about it. But I was like, might as well just make it and just put it on my channel, because I have a feeling there's a lot of females out there that can relate. So I was going to just do the story time because I wanted to be able to talk to you guys and talk to some of the females out there that are going through it or had experience, is that everything is going to be okay. And I don't want to get teary-eyed because I just did my face. But yes, I did have a miscarriage. It would be 4 months. I said 4 months. It will be 4 years in June since I had a miscarriage. And I think that's why I was away from YouTube and my channel, because of that. And then also because of my relationship with my current boyfriend now. It was really rocky and I was stressed out. There was so much going on. So I don't want to make this video so long, but I really want to get this out there that I did have a miscarriage back 4 years ago. And I would love to tell my story of what happened and how I am now. So 4 years ago, I did work at Forever 21, and I was working there. We first opened the store at Miscarriage Mall. It's on the 3rd floor if you guys are familiar, and it was fantastic. It was good for a couple of months, and then after that year, I end up, me and my family end up moving here where I am now. I did, when I first had my channel, when I first started my channel, you guys have seen my old room and all that other good stuff, and I miss where I used to live because that's my home. That's where I grew up in. I will always be a Jamaica Plain, Forest Hills girl. I'm born and raised. So we end up moving. School started getting hectic, and my relationship started to get really, I wouldn't say toxic, I would just say annoying and frustrating and just very irritating, because I moved, I should say 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes away than I used to where I used to live. So it's a bus and a train, it's a bus and a train and another bus to my boyfriend's house. When I used to live in Jamaica Plain, I used to walk, I should say 25 minutes from my house all the way to Franklin Park Zoo, and then we would walk to his house, which is like 20 minutes away from my location. So it was easy. It was an easy commute. And we were so used to seeing each other all the time because we worked together in the summer. And then after that, I didn't work. So when I first got my job, it was a lot because I was working from different type of shifts, but it was fantastic because we get paid every single 2 weeks, and I would go to school. So I would work from Monday, Thursday, Friday, some Saturdays, and some Sundays, right? Sundays we get out at 7 because it's time and a half. So I would usually work from 2 to 7 because I want my sleep. So And then sometimes I would work from 4:30 to 9. We would get out around like 10 or 11 because people are lazy and people didn't want to work. You know, that's another story in another distant time. And I was working. So at this point, I was going to school. I had finals around the time I was moving. So that's stressful for me. I was taking birth control at the time. It has been a year since I took in birth control pills. So I was taking birth control pills, but when you are so caught up with so much stuff going on and your mind is so cluttered, you're not really thinking about anything. You're just thinking about getting things done. So keep that in mind. I did have birth control. Sorry. So I was working. I was going to school. So we wasn't spending that much time. So we kept butting heads. It was a lot of assumptions that he think that I was hanging out with my friends Andy and LaShonda more than I was hanging out with him, which wasn't the case, because at the end of the day I go to school with my best friend and my panda bear Andy, and me and Andy work mostly the same shifts every single day. So it wasn't just like I would chill with them and then push him to the side. It wasn't like that, and he didn't understand that, and that was making it frustrating for me as a female, because I'm just now I'm starting to work, and then my mom is sick. I have to take care of my nieces and make sure that they're good. I had to babysit my baby niece because she has mild autism, so I have to make sure she's good because my mom and my nieces are Jehovah's Witness, and they have to go to Kingdom Hall every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and sometimes Saturday. So I had to make sure every Tuesday when I'm off, I used to be off on Tuesdays, so I would chill and take care of my niece. And he didn't understand that because he's the only child, and it was to the point where it was kind of frustrating for me at that point. So we kept butting heads. I don't know why I can't say that word right. Butting heads, and then we wasn't even getting. We just now moved here, so it was all out stressed because I had finals, and then after that it was summertime. So around the summertime, because I ended school. I believe I was a spring semester, but it was a lot of snow days. So I had the finals moving. So I had finals moving. Then I had to work. And then I had to go back home to make sure my room is set. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot taken into me at that age. And I just got into a new relationship. So it's like, you're doing too much, and a lot of things was happening so fast because I lost my sister back in 2010, 2011, 2012 I graduated, 2013 2012 I went to Arts Institute. Then I left Arts Institute because I failed a class and I had to pay that money back because they shut my classes down. A whole different other story. And I'm going to Pumpkin Hill. 2013, and in that summertime, I end up getting back on my feet. Ended my relationship with one person I knew since I was in kindergarten, since I was in 3rd grade, and then dated Ron. So I was moving so fast. Let's just say that. And then all of a sudden, stuff gotta get rocky. You know, we end up, summer's over, okay? We end up being fine, and then that year round, going into, we had a leakage in the ceiling, and then immediately, we had to move. So we ended up moving in May. So we had from March to May to move. Okay, so like I said, I was taking my birth control pills. So around May, we end up moving here. I'm not going to say where I live. We end up moving here, and then immediately, I end up going to school, taking my finals, making sure I was good. All right, because school basically ended in May. After the moment we get every single thing here in this household, my finals was on the same day. So I imagine that night you're packing stuff, you have to go here, and then immediately that morning, which it is the morning, you have 2 more hours, and then you have to get dressed, go back to your original place that you used to live, get dressed there, and then head out to go to school from 7 o'clock to 8:15. That's so much stress. And then after that, after your 2:30 class, you have to head to work from 4 to 9:30. So you're just doing too much. So for me, I'm taking birth control pills because I have a timer. So my birth control, I have to take a pill every 3 o'clock. Every 3 o'clock is when I leave work, from 7 to 3. Sometimes it's from 4 to 9:30, like I just said, or 7 to 3, which is a stock shift. So around that time, I should say 7 to 3, I was hanging out with my girl Stella. It was a Friday. And I told myself I was going to take my birth control pill at 3 o'clock. And then immediately, I was doing so much because I was getting at the point where we was on the verge of getting evicted. And I felt like I needed to chip in, so I helped my mom out. And it was a lot on me. So I immediately just forgot that I was supposed to take my birth control pill. I legit, like, forgot. And it was because there was so much, because I was arguing with Ron. And then immediately I had to go to work that morning. I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work from 7 to 3. And around 3 o'clock, I just totally forgot, and I went to school because I had class at 3:30 to 5:15. Because Bunker Hill was like legit right there. It's like a 15-minute walk from Bunker Hill, right? I'm from Miscarriage Mall. So I ended up going to work. Ended up going to school. And I'm not really thinking at this point. I know I was so drained. And I told Andy I needed to get another job. So I ended up applying at where I work now. I've been working there for almost 2 years, about 3 years in June. A New York company. And I ended up applying there and ended up getting a job so I can make more money. So now I'm working from now. Okay, we just moved. Everything's set. Still packing. Still unpacking. I have to go to school from 7 to 8:15 from Monday through Friday, right? Work in between from Monday through Friday. Start this new job and immediately work 2 jobs, go to school full time, and then come home to make sure my nieces are good. My baby niece is good on Tuesdays. Guys, and around that same time, have time, a little bit of time to spend time with my boyfriend, and have time to take my birth control pill. Me and my boyfriend ended up having sex around that time. Keep in mind, as I said, I forgot to take my birth control pill, but the second day I took 2. No, the third day I took 2 pills. I'm thinking the third day is the second day, because I'm thinking in my mind that, oh, I took my birth control pill at 3 o'clock the second day. I took 1 pill. I thinking I took a birth control that second day. I fully forgot 2 days to take my birth control pill. And this is the type of person, I'm the type of person where I take my birth control consistently. So I'm stressed the fuck out. The third day I took 2 pills. My ovaries already released. It said, hey bitch, like, no. And an egg basically, started to fertilize. Because we had sex on that day. I took 2 pills. I was at his house. We had sex. And then around that time, that egg was like, oh, how you doing? So, people can comment on that doesn't happen, because I have people that have said, my friend Stella's baby's father is a birth control baby. He's the type of child, his mother forgot to take a birth control pill and he was born. And she didn't even know that. I have asked doctors and they was like, yes, that's true. You have to take a birth control pill because your ovulation can sometimes screw up. Things can happen and then you immediately can sometimes become pregnant. You just have to be cautious and you have to take your pills consistently. And I just didn't do that because I was doing so much. And I was trying to be super tenacious and think I can do every single fucking thing and get 2 jobs and make sure my mom was good, make sure my nieces are good, make sure I was getting straight A's and this and that. And that wasn't the case because my health was at risk. And I was in my biological mother has can get blood clots easily. I have basically my mother's whole gene, so I can get anything that she can get. Like when it comes to like birth, kidney problems, like once a couple of months I have to go to the hospital to get my kidneys checked to make sure that my kidneys are doing okay. I have to make an appointment to do that because I haven't done that in a while. But I'm gonna have to get my kidneys checked and to make sure that they're good. And also, like, she can get blood clots easily. I can get blood clots easily when I'm so stressed out. And I had a blood clot forming that I didn't know because around that time, I wasn't taking precautions to go to the hospital. I only went to the hospital because I got the pap smear. And that was it. And they said that everything was perfectly fine. So around that time, I had to wait another year to get a pap smear. So for me, I'm just like, okay. So then next thing you know I started having like full-on symptoms. I kept peeing a lot. I was legit eating, craving. I was spending my money on fucking food constantly. I was sleeping a lot. I was really irritated. I was really moody. I was just like annoyed with life, like legit annoyed with life. I was having every single pregnancy symptom that you can think of. And my girl Stella, this is why I love her so much, is because she's like, you want to take a pregnancy test? And I'm like, girl, I ain't pregnant. She was like, you are having symptoms like a mofo. Like, what's up? Like, I was like, I don't know. And me and her's having the full-on conversation. I love Stella. Like, and me and her's having the full conversation. And she's just like, are you sure? Do you want to take one? Let's take one. So I ended up going to CVS taking one. And it was like a really faint line. It looked like it was negative, but the circle on the pregnancy test was like so faint that you can kind of see it. But I was like, no, it's negative. We good, right? So I wasn't thinking any much of it. But I was having like bad cramps. So I'm thinking like maybe it's because of my period, because I get bad cramps anyway. I get like really severe cramps when I have my period. So I'm like, maybe my period's coming. And I think I'm gonna get emotional for this one because I had a dream that night. And I had a dream that night of my daughter. It was like a little girl, and she's running. She's like in a white dress. Those little socks that has like the little ruffles looking things that our parents used to put us females on when we was back in the 90s. Those with like the little pea-toe shoes, like the little white little platform shoes that we always had when we was younger. She had a white dress on, and she was so gorgeous. I saw her face, and she was really, really beautiful. She looked like me, but you can tell she has her father's features, which is Ron. And I just remember waking up like, why am I having this dream? Like, I used to have this dream when I was 8, and it came back to me. And I'm looking at this dream, I'm just like, am I really pregnant? Like, but I just put it in the back of my head because I'm like, maybe it's another dream. Like, it's not, whatever. So then I started having these dreams, like, constantly, like, every day until that June. So it passed my niece's birthday, and my father got my niece a cake. And then the following Saturday, following, like, her birthday was, like, I believe it was on the Thursday, and that Friday, I remember I was off, and I remember I woke up, and I just felt cramping pain. And the moment I believe the moment I sat up, and I'm just like, I think I'm having a miscarriage. And I don't know why I said that, but I said, I think I'm having a miscarriage. I don't know what, told me, I don't know what made me say that, but I know I had a dream around that time, and I forgot about that dream. And it was, because of, I just remember it was, like, full of water, and I was drowning. And it was a lot of fishes. And usually what happens, when my girl Lisa told me that if you see fishes and there's a lot of water and you're drowning and you're in this because someone's passing away. It probably be like a baby, a newborn baby. You probably end up having miscarriage. It's around that. It was around that time, and I haven't met Lisa around that time, so it's like for me to have that dream of, you know, of water and fishes and me drowning, and I wake up and immediately, because I'm drowning because I'm saving someone, but I end up passing away, and that freaked me out, and I woke up around that time, and I went right back to sleep because I'm like, okay, is this a nightmare? And then I immediately woke up because I don't know what the other dream was about, and I immediately saying, I think I'm having a miscarriage. And I just remember texting Andy, I remember texting LaShonda, I'm just like, and I was like, I think I'm having a miscarriage. I think I'm having a miscarriage. And my best friend's just like, if you're having bad cramps and get through all that, like, you know, just, she's telling me what a miscarriage is, and it's like bad cramps, like you can't even get out of bed, like you're in fucking pain. And I was going through that. Like, it hit me the moment I woke up and I said, I think I'm having a miscarriage, and it hit me, and my stomach is hurting. And around that time, I kept saying, I think I'm having a miscarriage. And I just remembered, I called Ron, and I'm just like, I think I'm having a miscarriage. And I didn't know what to do. I think I just laid down on my stomach, and that's the worst way to do. But I don't know why, but every single time I have like bad cramps, I lay on my stomach. Because that's the only comfortable position that I can lay on is my stomach, because it soothes, and I usually just rub my feet together and it just soothes my stomach. And that was what that's what I was doing the whole entire time. I was soothing my stomach by rubbing my feet. And the next morning, around that time I was babysitting my niece, because my mom and Bria went somewhere, and I ended up going to the bathroom. I remember this. I ended up going to the bathroom, and there was like a full gush of blood, and I just remember sitting there, and I'm just like, I think I'm really having a miscarriage. That hurts, to know that you can experience that, or you can go through that and then know off bat what you're having, or know off bat if you're having something tragic. And at that point, I felt defeated. I felt ashamed. And I felt like it's my fault that I'm going through this. You know what? I felt like I'm going through this, and it's my fault because I didn't protect my womb. Because around that time, you know, I was positioned, instead of being a sales associate, I was transferred to doing stock. So I'm lifting a lot of boxes that's heavy, like 20 pounds. And the moment I the moment I took that pregnancy test, I should have took another one. I only purchased one because I didn't have money at that time. I didn't have enough money. And I just remembered I should have went to the hospital and figured out if I was, and confirm it, because I would have done much things differently. And I was really defeated because I'm at an age now, I'm 25, and I would love to have kids right now. It's frustrating because you go through a miscarriage and then you see your friends having kids and you're just like, wow, cool, they can have kids, and you going through this. And no one can't relate. No one can't say like, oh, you will get there, or you're not ready, or you know, you would be a wonderful parent. But it's like, I don't want to hear that at that point. Like, I didn't want to hear it. And when I was going through a miscarriage, everybody was just like, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Like, a mother doesn't, like, a person that wanted to become a mother doesn't want to hear that. Like, I understand I was going through what I was going through. I was, you know, doing all that. I get that. But experience that for myself is heartbreaking. Because you always question yourself, like, what if? Like, what if you could have done something differently? You know, like I said, I could have just went to the hospital, because I ended up going to the hospital around that time, and I ended up saying, you know, I was, you know, this and that, and they kind of like, you know, measured me to see how many months I was and try to figure out like a time frame from when I was conceived to now, and I was a month. And that hurts. So I take these things seriously now. Now I look at signs and I check I'm so serious about my body. And I'm really cautious about it. Like, because I don't want nothing to go wrong. I don't want nothing to go wrong. And I don't want to be doubtful. I don't want to feel like a burden to people. And that's how I felt. You know, I still feel like that. I still feel a burden. I still feel regretful because I could have done something, you know. I could have done something to prevent that, and I didn't. And I felt like it was my fault that I lost my child, because I knew it was a girl, because she gave me a message, and then when I went to sleep that night, you know, I had a message from her, and she's just like, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I just want to say to the mothers that lost a little baby, or an unborn baby, or had a stillborn, and I went through what I went through. I'm sorry. You know, I can't make it better because it's not going to get better. I will say it's not your fault. I'm still learning to this day, and it's been 4 years. It will be 5 in June. Take your gut feeling. If you are doubtful because other people are telling you you are, or sometimes people are just saying you're not ready, just, you know, go back, listen to your heart first, listen to your gut feeling, listen to your body, I don't want my worst enemy to go through this. I don't even want anybody to go through this, because it's not the best, it's not a good feeling. And for me to go through this, and like, it still basically haunts me. It still makes me feel like this. I'm emotional. I know that Jehovah God has my back, and just hope and pray one day when I do confirm that I am pregnant, I will be so happy. And it's because I'm happy, and no one can't take that from me. And I just want to say I love you guys, and I see you guys in my next video.